I was taking such joy from the suffering of San Francisco fans after Deebo requested out. Now, the topic of Deebo liking a picture of him in a Dallas Cowboy jersey, like, I'd treat that like a cocaine heartbeat. Like, came and went. See ya. Well, how can we even have a discussion about it after the Cowboys just pulled off the Amari Cooper deal? How? They just said, we don't want to pay someone $20 million, and they probably regret giving up the first-round pick for him. So they're going to give up a first-round pick and more, and then pay Deebo Samuel more money than Amari Cooper was making. Now, you could come back and say they probably would like Deebo Samuel more than Amari Cooper, but not $5 million a year more, and not for the compensation it would take, especially after the Tyreek Hill deal just got done. So that's not possible.
Yeah, and now listen, maybe Deebo deserves more than Amari Cooper. Maybe he's a better player. I could get down with that.
A better football player.
Yes, Amari is probably a better route runner. But Deebo Samuel is that unique.
He's a bad man.
Yeah, he is.
Let me be clear about this.
Like, his name is very appropriate.
Very appropriate. Deebo Samuel, to me, can be, like I said, no one paid any attention to it, but I was all too familiar with this guy because growing up around the football team, Trent Williams to San Fran was going to be more teams should have been sweating Trent Williams. And he had the greatest ever Pro Football Focus grade. Deebo Samuel going somewhere is going to have that type of impact. That's how much I love this guy. I'm an intangibles guy. I'm a toughness guy. I love those types of players. You know, he's like Marcus Smart out there, but more talented. He's a bad mother, and him in the right. But here's the question now about Deebo, because Ian Rappaport said he's not happy with his usage. Is there going to be an understanding with the next team, RJ, that Deebo Samuel is not to return kicks? He is not to have more than 2 rushing attempts in a game? Because that is what it sounds like he wants.
An understanding? No. What there's going to be is a contract. And they are not.
They're going to write rushing attempts into a deal.
No, here's what they're going to do. They're going to pay him $25 million a year. And then the owner's going to tell the head coach, that dude ain't running the football. That dude's a wide receiver. Now, does that mean that you're also now lowering his value because he's not as good of a player? Maybe. But, I would suspect that Deebo Samuel, you could find ways to make sure Deebo Samuel is a great player just as a wide receiver.
18 yards a catch.
Yeah, 18 yards a catch, pay the man.
That led the league. 6 yards per carry. Someone tweeted me yesterday, I'd rather have Deebo than Zeke. I was like, yeah, I was a football player, but then I was like, wait, are they talking about strictly as a running back? They'd rather give it to Deebo 20 times than Zeke 20 times. So I had to laugh at that. So 6 yards a carry while scoring a combined 14 touchdowns. He rushed for 8 touchdowns, a single season record for a receiver, became the first receiver since the merger to lead his team in rushing scores. And because of that, the term wide back was coined because of this guy's versatility. You know, this is a topic for another day. Someone that should be learning from this Deebo Samuel drama is Micah Parsons.
Yes, it should.
Write that down for a future topic.
All right.
For another day. But Deebo, once out, you have your fits. I have the odds from Vegas. Let's talk about your possible fits. And by the way, more breaks for the Cowboys if Deebo Samuel ends up, first off, if he ends up leaving, but if he ends up in the AFC or goes to a team that is not even as good as San Fran, another break for the Cowboys.
Yeah, so these are some of the teams that I thought would be fits for him from not even fits for him, but possibilities to trade because of the draft capital they have. Okay? One of them is Detroit, who has a huge need for a wide receiver. They have 2, 32, and 34. They could probably send picks 32 and 34 and get it done.
I'm not doing it if I'm Detroit. I'm not in that phase of my life where
that is a big step in that phase. But you get Deebo Samuel with Amon St. Ra. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? That's his name? That's a good wide receiving core.
Yeah, but I'm not paying $25 million. Give me all the draft picks.
Yeah.
Give me all the cheap talent. Dan Campbell's there for the long haul.
I agree.
Deebo is 26, but that's not on my schedule, as Jerry would say.
The Jets have 2 picks in the top 10.
And there you go. That's the leader in the clubhouse.
They've been trying to get every wide receiver, and nobody wants to go there.
They've been trying. And you want a culture guy? You want to change things around? The reports that players are laughing at the Jets, you go get Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel also happens to know the head coach of the New York Jets.
He does.
So they tried on Tyreek. They've been trying on everyone, and everyone's pointing towards the Jets.
Yep.
And what do they have?
They have 4 and 10.
Now, they didn't want to move that for Tyreek.
Right. They didn't want to move either. I don't think they want to move either one of them.
They wanted to give, I think, the top picks in the second round.
Right.
But they wanted to keep 4 and 10.
They did. They may have one more. No, they don't. They wanted to give up because they have 2 in the next draft too. I think they wanted to give one of their next year's picks. Green Bay. Now this is not going to happen because they're not going to trade him to Green Bay. But you want to talk about a team that needs it.
And Green Bay tried to pay Devontae.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's making me think they were in the $25 million range.
Yes.
Because the Raiders took it to 30. And Deebo wants 25.
Mm-hmm.
So, whoo, that would be frightening.
That would be very frightening. That would be very frightening for the NFC. How about the New England Patriots? Another team with a need for the position.
Yeah.
And
that's a Belichick dream fit in terms of the versatility, if Deebo's still willing to do it.
Yeah, I mean, look, they were able to use Julian Edelman in unique ways. Imagine what they could do with Deebo Samuel.
They do everyone in unique ways. Their defensive coordinator is now coaching the offense, Matt Patricia.
Yeah, they're the former special teams coach is now an offensive assistant.
Yeah,
in Joe Judge. Now this team, I don't even know if they have the cap money, but this is totally a move they would make. And that's the Raiders. Even though they just traded everything for Devontae Adams, they would basically be giving up more draft picks down the line.
Yeah. Derek Carr was very active on Twitter as people were saying, here goes Derek Carr running to get Deebo. And he said no. He responded, no, that money's for Renfro. So that's Derek Carr telling the Raiders, I gave up that money the way I did my contract. That was for Hunter Renfro to get his. So that was Derek Carr.
That's a hell of a teammate right there.
Hell of a teammate.
You want to be a leader right there. And then this one.
Dak.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah, this
kinda. I'm just taking a shot.
This one is this would hit me hard in a bad way. Philadelphia. They've got some draft capital. The question with them in Green Bay is does San Fran want to send him to an NFC team? They're not scared of seeing Detroit because Detroit's not going to be a factor really, right? So they don't really care if they send him to Detroit. But Philadelphia, again, need creative front office. I don't know that this is a move that the front office would make. Maybe it is.
I think it would be.
But, you
become even more of a running team. You could do some creative things with him and Jalen.
Mm-hmm. I like Sirianni. I don't love Sirianni, but I like Sirianni. I would be kind of scared if they got Deebo.
None of those teams, Ralph, are the favorite from sports betting. Who's the favorite?
Oh, the Rams have to be the favorite because they get everybody else.
It's not the Rams.
It's not the Rams.
AFC.
AFC.
And I've been saying, not a ton agree with me, but I was right about the Patriot weapons when Tom left.
Oh, Kansas City.
No. I said that this team's weapons are not enough. It's the Colts. The Colts are the favorite right, at plus 450. So Colts, favorite. Then Chiefs, Jets, Saints. Saints are always in these mixes. Then Green Bay, then Philadelphia. The Dallas Cowboys are not on this list, ladies and gentlemen. No. So all this talk and whatever hype, what?
I'm just, they're not on the list. Let's just stop the music and go back to depression.
16 teams. Now, this is the type of guy they need. Any team can look. I'm gushing over him. I think he's a badass. Any team can use and should be loving Deebo Samuel. Should absolutely be loving him. But what does he want his usage to be? That is a fair question because apparently Ian Rappaport said wasn't happy with the genius Kyle Shanahan and some of the other things that he was being asked to do. So that is the big news in the NFL, and suck it, San Francisco fans.